Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the heathen, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, but his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in this law does he hideth it sunrise and sundown. Him I go dear like a tree planted by the rivers of water that bringeth forth fruit in his season. Him leaf never I go wither, and whatsoever him do shall prosper. Yea! The heathen them now they saw them dear like a chaff, which the wind driveth away. Therefore the heathen them never go stand upon judgment of the sinner man, them in the congregation of the righteous. For the Lord God Jah, never the way of the righteous and the way of the sinner man, them always and always I go perish. Let the people of the Most High God say, Jah. Kadama we grumabeate la exact beer tana istalin abba shante 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 shante. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High Jah shall therein abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Where twos and threes meeting in the name of the Most High Jah, are there so Jaja there. If Jaja never watch upon your house, the watchman I go watch it in vain. Same way, if Jaja never build up your house, the builder I go build it in vain. The name of the Lord is a strong tower, and the righteous run into it and them is safe. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but Jah shall deliver him from all of them. And I give thanks and praises unto the name King of Kings and Lord of Lords, the conquering Lion of the tribe of Judah. Amasa Yahuda Amasa Negusto Daniel Ama Koma ya Sataya Aimana Pio Aya Kadamawe Gromabe. This is the Black Pot, aka Kuku Shodemo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk RASTA. In every traditional African home there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, ingredients of so many different colors, sizes, shapes, aromas, and even flavors find themselves inside the black pot, are subjected to some amount of heating, and boom, they make one homogeneous product known as food. And the food does not benefit the ingredients, neither does it benefit the black pot. The food benefits us, but selflessly each time the collaboration between the black pot and the ingredients would continue every time for the sake of feeding us. Now symbolically, the black pot also represents the continent of Africa, and the ingredients in the black pot represent us as a people. Selflessly, we must all come together, put aside all the creed, all the faith, and of course all the religious differences, skin color and all that, so that we can interplay to bring about development for our people, our continent, our land. We must be that tree planting generation. We must be the Joshua generation. What is this Joshua generation? We are talking about bringing the young people together. Remember, Africa is the youngest continent. You know what that means? It means we have more young people in Africa than any other continent in the world. And if God called upon the youth because the youth are strong, then Africa is the strongest continent right here on earth. Now let us put all shoulders to the wheel. Let us all come up and put our hands to the tool and make sure that the work is done to develop our nation. For too long we have planted onion, we have planted pepper, we have planted maize, one season crops, because we are so selfish to plant trees. We believe trees will take so long to grow, and by the time they would grow, and by the time they would bear enough shade for us to sit under, we might have been dead. So there's no need to plant trees. But remember, anytime you sit under the shade of a tree, some other people planted those trees and knew very well they would not live long enough to enjoy the shade of those trees. But they still went ahead to plant them. You are enjoying them now. Plant and think about the next generation. This is what is called selflessness. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. And here we work on the mindset. It's all about the mindset. Now, if the mindset of Africans is righted, every other little thing would fall in place. It's because of the big problem of the mindset. That is why Africa doesn't seem to be moving forward. Now, if the mindset is right, people will build schools, roads, hospitals. Individuals will come out and do that without looking at the government to do everything. There would be a certain culture of maintenance if the mindset is right. Corruption will be dealt with. If the mindset is right, there will be peace, there will be love, and there will be harmony. But where the mindset is wrong, that is where we have all these problems coming in left, right, and center. This show seeks to rewire the minds of our people, our continent, our land. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. Our numbers are scrolling on your screens. Pick up the numbers and do business with us. Listen, we are live on Pan-African TV via the power of satellite. We are seen all over the world. Yes, and we are the biggest on TV when it comes to Pan-Africanism. Remember, we don't do politics. What we do here is known as Pan-Africanism. In fact, patriotism. Pick up the numbers. We speak the truth. The truth is very bitter. A lot of people cannot withstand the truth. But we speak the truth every time. And every time we speak this truth, oh gosh, many people scatter. But yes, let the hypocrites and the cowards scatter. And let the people of the Most High God who want to stand with the truth come and stand with the truth. The truth is an orphan. It stands alone. But you can be the parents and the father and the mother, the wife and even the husband of the truth. Let's do business together. Let's support the truth. My father once told me, any medicine that is not bitter is not going to be able to cure anything. So in our African mindset, if the medicine is not bitter, forget it, it's only a soft drink you are drinking. If it's bitter, then it will cure the sickness. Yes, the truth might be bitter, but it heals. This is the Blakk Pot, and we are live on Loud Silence TV. We are also live on Ghana Web TV, live on our own TV, Black Empire TV. Today we have a number of issues to look at from the newsreel. Now the very first story I want to look at today is rolling on your screen. It looks like it has something to do with gays and chieftaincy. No place for gays in Akan culture. Is it true? No place for gays in Akan chieftaincy. Chieftaincy is all about the culture. The culture has bits and pieces of so many different things that bind us together. And chieftaincy is one of those. But who is saying this? No place for gays in Akan chieftaincy. Oh, I know this man. Yes, I know him. Oh, yes, that's the same man. I know him. Oh, so he's the one saying this. But why is it that we're talking about gays and chieftaincy? Now, you remember that a couple of days back, a certain Nigerian gay man was crowned chief. In fact, he was installed around the Yamoransa area as the development chief. The chiefs and people came together, beating drums, put him in a palanquin, carried him around the principal streets of Yamoransa. And all of a sudden, whatever happened, the palanquin broke down and he fell in a gutter. They struggled to bring him out. Later, he granted an interview in which he said there were people who intentionally were trying to pull him down whilst he was sitting in the palanquin and dancing. Normally, when you sit in the palanquin, you know what to do. You'll be dancing to the drums, moving your hands and your head like chiefs normally do. That was what he was doing. And boom, in the gutter. This is Davis Ayala. But who is he? Why are they saying that they do not want him? Is he gay? What is the reason behind gays not being part of chieftaincy in Ghana? We will find out. But first and foremost, who is Davis Ayala? Come here. Watch this. Now, Wikipedia tells us a lot about Davis Ayala. Davis Ayala was born in 1972 in Port Harcourt. He is a Nigerian LGBT rights activist. He established the Nigerian wing of the British Changing Attitude Organization, which presses for internal reform of the Anglican Communion, for further inclusion of Anglican sexual minorities. And you know what it means to say sexual minorities? Those who involve the LGBTQI plus family. They are the sexual minorities. So their inclusion in the Anglican Church, that is what Changing Attitude is all about. And it's a British organization. Now, the son of a wealthy Nigerian army colonel, he came out to himself at the age of 14. It means at the age of 14, he told himself that he was gay. He was not interested in dating females. And boom! But it didn't come out until something happened. The coronation of a man by name Gene Robinson. Yes, the ordination of Gene Robinson as the Bishop of New Hampshire in the Episcopalian branch, and the death of his mentor, the Bishop Iyobi Ugude of Otukpo. These two events. Now listen, he was in July 2003 fired from his job as the principal of a local Anglican children's school after this incident, when he believed, which he believed was due to his being gay. He became an activist and started work with who? Watch it. Changing Attitude. So he's been doing this Changing Attitude thing. It's a British organization, and he's supposed to go around and get sexual minorities, that's the LGBTQI plus family, to be part of the Anglican Church. But what does the Anglican Church itself in Nigeria say about him? He has faced stiff opposition from both the religious elite and their lay constituents in Nigeria, which is a heavily conservative nation in terms of politics. Now, the Church of Nigeria has issued a disclaimer against Mark Ayala on their website. However, Mark Ayala has met with the primate of the Nigerian Church, Peter Akinola, who is most well known for leading an internal faction of the worldwide communion against welcoming actions towards LGBT Anglicans by the British Anglican and U.S. Episcopal churches. Mark Ayala has ventured to other countries with Anglican communities on speaking tours. So that's who Mark Ayala is. An immigration attorney at the Office of Episcopal Migration Ministries in New York advised Davis to seek asylum in the U.S., but he decided not to proceed with the claim. He has been granted refugee status in the United Kingdom, where he now lives. He has been accused by Nigerian Anglicans as a charlatan who made up his life story, most notably by Canon Akin Tunde Papula. But Mark Ayala posted photos of his time as knight of the church during his younger years on the web. This is Mark Ayala. Mark Ayala is a gay guy. Mark Ayala is gay and is proudly gay. They crowned him chief right there at Yamoransa. He fell from the palanquin and boom, it was news all over the place. All of a sudden, we heard that his installment had been reversed. He had been kicked out and he was not going to be called chief anymore. They had given him a stool name, in fact, a Ghanaian stool name. And he promised that he was going to help develop the area and, of course, also fight for human rights, especially beginning with the LGBTQI plus family. Ghanaians were not happy about this. Remember that before the coronation of Mark Ayala as chief in the Yamoransa area, it came out in the news that the President of the Republic of Ghana was looking for debt relief from gays, and some gay people had agreed that they would support him if only he would accept homosexuality. Now his ministers started talking about homosexuality, how it is, going to be protected in this country. In other words, gays will be protected in this country, and so on and so forth. They just fell short of saying that, oh, all right, it's okay to, be engaged in the LGBTQI plus activities. They said they will protect gays. Now, the Pope also came out just around that period, 2 days ago, And what did he say? That, listen, homosexuality or gayism is not a crime. It's only a sin. Allow them into the church as if to support some of the things that Ayala is saying. The attitude changing. Better still, changing attitude. Allow the people into the church. Well, the Pope has made it clear. He said, look, Jesus Christ said, I came for the sick. As the doctor, I'm not here for the healthy ones. I'm here for the sinners so that I can invite them to my Father. So if you think that these people are sinners, allow them into the church so that they will be able to get some enlightenment spiritually. That's what the Pope is saying. And Ayala is standing on the human rights pedestal and asking for these people to be allowed to be part of the Anglican Church. After all, he himself is an Anglican. But the Anglicans in Nigeria say that no, he's a charlatan. He's never been part of us. He's gay, and he just wants to use it as a chance to garner some kind of support and discredit the name of the church. But in Ghana, people are talking. Watch this. A gay cannot be installed a development chief in any Akan community. And this is Nana Kwame Edu, the 6th. That's the man whose photo you saw earlier. What is he saying? Nana Kwame Edu the 6th, Tufuhin of Ogwai traditional area, has posited that any Akan chief must be someone without blemish, and as such, a person with gay tendencies cannot be installed a development chief. According to him, without blemish means not harmed or spoiled, perfect in your tradition and customary beliefs. That's sound, perfect, or being complete of its kind, and without defect in character, thoughts, deeds, and words. These are enshrined in the Chieftaincy Act. So someone who is gay cannot be installed a development chief in a Akan society. Nana posited. Nana, however, quizzed that is the person who is being alleged as gay, a practicing gay, or a lawyer defending gays, or just a gay activist? Does he speak for gays as a matter of human rights or point of view? Or is he trying to use advocacy to transform gays? All these are to be investigated. But the bottom line is that a development chief must be gazetted, and therefore such processes must be exhausted. A criminal report on the prospective candidate ought to be obtained from the police. If anything untoward is found about the person's character, he or she cannot be gazetted. Ugwai Tufuhin affirmed, when that happens, it's like a chief who has no sandals to wear. Because no CID in Ghana will give a clean sheet to a gay activist who wants to be gazetted a chief. Gayism and its activities are taboos in our traditions and customs. Dash it away. Bring that thing back. I saw something I need you to see. Watch it. Look at the last paragraph. It says, even if you have built an airport for us and you are gay, you cannot be installed a development chief. Dash it away. So it's not about what kind of development you are bringing to the people. It's about your character. Hey, if you have a good character, you can be king. You can be chief. But according to the people, if you are gay, that's bad character. That's criminal. In fact, by the laws of this country, to be gay is criminal. By the laws of this country, gays go to jail. Right now, there's a bill in Parliament that is being debated. And for Ayala to be going around publicly advocating criminality in the laws of this country is almost like slapping the people of Ghana right in the face and telling them, listen, I have the money. I can support you. As long as you agree, I will support you. The same thing linked to the president going to the gay community and getting debt relief, all because of some of these things that gay people are looking at happening in this country. My brother, my sister, I don't know what to think. The Akan culture says No gay can ever be chief or king. You have to be unblemished. May I take this opportunity to also ask, if criminals cannot be chiefs and kings, how about a chief who is already installed and is found to be a criminal, stealing lands and selling, drinking apetition and talking anyhow to the people? Is that good character? How about a chief who has been installed on a clean sheet but gets inside and gets dirty? Is the chieftaincy institution working at removing some of these urchins and bad nuts from the chieftaincy? Because right now the chieftaincy institution in Ghana is nothing but a mockery. When you hear about any chief, it's about drinking apetition and attending funerals and marrying a lot of women and selling lands by heart and not even thinking about development for the people. The chieftaincy institution has been soiled. Any Tom, Dick, and Harry can become a development chief. It doesn't matter whether you are from Belgium, whether you are from England. You could be as white as snow. You would still be a chief in Ghana. Remember, there was a Chinese man who was installed chief right there on the mountains. Just a couple of years ago, Ghanaians came up strong against this decision, and the guy had to be chased out. They gave him some large stretch of forest for him to harvest wood and so on and so forth, because he had given some dirty chief at a Krapim somewhere something small to eat. And for that matter, he was ready to sell the birthright of the people. All these things must be checked. Before somebody is installed as a chief, what is the procedure? Can a chief just get up arbitrarily, choose somebody and say, I've made you a chief? We have to look at all these things, or else the chieftaincy institution will keep going deeper down the drain.
Skipper George. Blackpot, Coco Show.